Hello there, my name is Jason James Cross, and you are obviously extremely bored, otherwise you have never chosen this feature. I'm only doing it because I want to look cool and stuff. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? This here was filmed in South Brooklyn Heights near Gowanus Canal. Got the idea from a picture that was taken from my magazine, which looked awesome, and I thought it looked great for an opening sequence. This here dedication is for my Uncle Ed. I would only talk about why to my psychiatrist, but he slapped a restraining order on me. You may notice that slight buzzing sound. But we filmed this over 2 days. The first day we had an air conditioner going on, which caused that buzzing sound, and the second day there wasn't any. And since I couldn't remove the buzzing sound from the first time we filmed it, I just copied it and looped it so the sound would stay the same continuously. This here is our very desperate man who's reaching the end of his rope, played excellently by George Trahanas. This scene was actually written to start off as a man in his apartment, circling classified ads, drinking a lot of beer, noticeably very upset and depressed, staring at his window at nothing, and just going over to the bathroom and taking the pills, and that's the end of the scene, which probably would have lasted about 2 minutes. Then I had a meeting with George, and he just asked me, he's like, how about we make the beginning a monologue? I said, a monologue? He said, yeah, a monologue. I said, oh, a monologue, eh? So George wrote me a couple of paragraphs of what the monologue would sound like, and I just worked on it, expanded it into a couple more pages, and I think it works a lot better, where you can really see how this guy is going over the edge and really losing it, and how depressed he really is, and it just altogether works completely better than what was really originally written. When writing the monologue, I thought it would really work great if it was on a stage with an empty audience to represent the empty life of this man. With the help of Richard Rowe and the lovely Michelle Riley, we came up to the Red Room down in the Lower East Village, and we filmed it there. When I was doing the rewrite, it was important to me to show a happy-go-lucky guy. I didn't want to start him off depressed. You know, he doesn't have everything, but he's fine with that. You know, other people have new cars, new raises, but you know, he's fine because I am me, and that is enough. And he's perfectly happy with that. And maybe even have a few drinks to unwind. Here he just finishes up talking about his typical day and how great it is, but the next day comes and the realization hits.
Grateful once again to be alive. But then the morning comes and it's time to start all over again. Another day, another way.
This scene coming up is George's real moment to shine. I mean, this one line, you can just feel all this pain coming from this character.
I reached up to turn on the light. Why should I turn on the light? What promises?
So now his character goes from, yeah, I am me, now it's enough, and now going deeper into its depression and dealing not so well with what's going on in his life. He's going from a feeling of another day, another way, to problems are not being solved, they're just being rearranged, and they're just here, and they're here to stay.
Right here where I left them. The promises of another day, of a new day, does not wipe
There,
out the
George
problems
slipped up
of the
on the
old
line
days.
by saying another day when he was just supposed to say a new day, but he caught himself so well, and I thought it played so naturally that I kept it. Now we go from realization to being sarcastic and trying to kind of laugh it off, but which leads into the breakdown, which once again George plays off magnificently, and you just want to go out and hug the guy.
Hello? Hello?
Calling out into an empty audience, I felt symbolic as far as someone being in so much pain and no one seeing it. And I felt, well, I don't know what I felt because I just lost my train of thought, so I'm going to try to put this crack pipe down.
I know you're out there. You can't fool me. What do you think? I was born yesterday.
Here's another example, one of those great mistakes. George was only supposed to say, "What do you think I was born yesterday?" only once, but he said it twice. And I felt that when you're really that screwed up in your head and you're so disheveled, that you have a tendency of repeating yourself, so it looked very natural. So this is another example of one of those mistakes that I felt worked in my favor, and I kept it. That little dance number there was George's idea. At first, when he brought it up, I thought it was strange and weird, and probably didn't really fit what was going on in the story. Then when I really thought of it, when it is so strange and weird, and it fits someone who's really losing their mind. And I thought it works. Something. After having things pent in so long, the hell's pent? Anyway, having things inside so long, he lashes out and screams at an empty audience, and only to realize that this is really not the way, and try to apologize and try to calm down and try to get a grip back on life. Here he's really desperate for people to come back into the audience, back into his life, so to say. He's so desperate that he's starting to beg. This shot here coming up is it's the best shot we had, where it looked the best, but unfortunately there was also too much light, so it's kind of blended with things. But I had two choices: either use a shot that didn't look so good, or spend money on re-renting and refilming that one scene. And since the only money I really had was part of my beer and drug fund, I decided to bite the bullet and just live with this one little thing. It was worth it though, because that camera angle looking up, and that light looking up at him, it just looked too wonderful for me to throw away. Now here he seems convinced that he's doing the right thing by not being a chicken, but not realizing that what he's about to do is actually the chicken's way out. Here it may appear that the audience is empty, but actually it's not. The rest of the crew and the rest of the cast is actually sitting in that audience, but with the light reflecting into the camera, you can't really see them. Actually, you can't see them at all. So don't look. Don't look, I say. Here we have him take a moment to pause and just kind of look at the pills, almost as if he's hesitating. We want to bring a little bit of hesitation into it, so he's not fully far gone, that there is a chance of salvation.
These, I graciously make my exit. Stage left.
Now we reach the second half of our story, and if you're still with me, then you actually either really bored or love my voice. And if you love my voice, baby, and you're in the female, give me a ring. Now entering, we have the very talented Nathan Klein, who's playing the devil in this story. And playing our angel is the very talented and very beautiful Angela Kay.
What doesn't have to be this way?
Now I had a wonderful shot of Angela delivering that line, but didn't fit the continuity, so I had to scrap it. With Nathan and Angela playing off each other so beautifully, they really brought this film to another level than I originally pictured it. And when you include George's monologue, I think we put together something that you can really be proud of. And I congratulate all three of them, and I'll congratulate them at the end as well, but I'll congratulate them in the beginning as well. Starving for attention. The soul versus the personality was something I read from a book called Food for the Soul, or something like that. I forgot the name of the author offhand, but I really enjoyed reading that book, and it helped me in creating some of the points that are put in this film.
This is the part of you that holds negative energy, such as your addictions.
I don't know, it still sounds like a whole lot of shit to me.
The blowing of the glitter was actually Angela's idea, and I thought it was a wonderful idea, but it also turned out to be problematic because it stuck to everything and everyone. If you notice in the very beginning, you can see glitter is on George's face from a previous recording, so it pretty much got everywhere. Once again, I had a beautiful shot of Angela blowing the glitter, where I had put in slow-mo with little chimes in the background, and it looked beautiful. But once again, it didn't fit with continuity, so I had to trash it. Here I told Angela and Nathan to, always stay on either side of the man, never both be in the same side at the same time. So they pretty much mapped up the scene, and they choreographed it, and they did it. They did a great job, and they were consistent, which helped in the editing process. There were some shots I wanted to keep just because of Nathan's reaction to what Angela was saying. He remained in character, so they were pretty funny to watch and looked realistic. But at the same time, I did not want to take away from Angela, who was also putting out a wonderful performance. So I decided not to keep some of them. If you watch the blooper reel, you can find something really funny with Nathan under the ugh 1 and ugh 2. What happened was the first time we filmed, you'll see an ugh 2, where he did this little ugh sound after he spoke. And the second time we did it, I wanted to try to get him to do that again because I liked it. But I guess I didn't explain it well, or he didn't remember how he did it. But either way, it's some pretty funny stuff, and I decided to keep this one instead because it looked nicer.
Right, and you're doing the right thing by getting out of this losing war called life. What other choice is there? Haven't you tried everything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for the delay there. I just had to go crack open another beer. Hey, you try to think of something to say for 16 minutes straight. Come on.
By not listening to the words of your personality. It's the only true way to happiness.
You gotta love Nathan's mannerisms in this. Especially this wave, a magic wand thing. It just cracks me up every time I see it.
Wave a magic wand and say, oh, I want to live a soulful life.
I'm so running out of things to say. Whose idea was this anyway? Oh yeah, I forget. I'm such a brilliant man. Put in a director's commentary. That's a smart move, Jay.
Sit there and think about why things are not going the way that you want them to, and you'll find
In this one shot here, you can see just how perfectly Angela and Nathan play off each other.
what if I can't?
You won't be able to.
You can do it. You can do it.
Of the few people I allowed to see the sneak preview of this, a bunch of them said how they thought Angela looked better if she didn't have that veil thing around her shoulders. Which I have to say, we needed the veil to cover the tattoos. I don't think we have many biker angels out there.
And it only gets worse from there.
Life is not about
Insert witty comment here.
living.
Here's another fun example of Nathan and Angela's little dance, as I like to call it, and how well executed it was.
That's what it's all about. I mean, golly. Maybe you should try loving. Oh, wait.
On the first day of shooting, we mostly filmed the devil and the angel scene. We borrowed a jacket that was left in the back of the theater. The second day of shooting, which was supposed to be mostly for the monologue and close-ups for the devil and angel scene, well, the jacket was no longer there, so that's why you get to see more close-ups of Angela than Nathan. It's not that I don't think Nathan is a cute guy, because, he's a looker, baby. Yeah, I just thought that audiences will kind of get upset and kind of notice if one scene the devil had a jacket on and another scene he doesn't, and they just keep coming back and forth, back and forth. Call me crazy, but I thought the audience might notice that. What's hilarious about this scene is as Nathan's walking away, it looks like he's still saying something and the sound was cut out. But in reality, he wasn't saying anything, so I had no idea why he was moving his lips.
Or you can find happiness,
Despair.
peace,
Alright, who Bogart that joint?
love.
Oh, it was me. Huh. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Oh, there you go. If you look at George's face, you'll see there's still remnants of that glitter
Oh,
on
but
there.
it does. If you open your heart and not listen to the words.
If you look closely, you can see somebody is missing their
Oh,
jacket.
give me a break. That sounds like a pipe.
Oh, thank God. This is almost over.
And you have to decide that.
As we're coming to our final scenes here, you can see how, once again, both Angela and Nathan play beautifully off each other. They're a great team. And you can see that George is sitting there going, God, I'm so freaking bored. Can we film the monologue now? Because these people are driving me freaking nuts!
To be alive, why would you go back to something that hurts so badly?
You can change. And you can make a difference. And you can find happiness.
Burps and farts.
But the only way to do that is to be alive.
Are you going to listen to what someone says, or are you going to listen to what you already know? Make your choice now.
Well, this film's coming to an end, and I guess I should say something to wrap this whole thing up. First, to my crew, thanks for putting up with all my shit, and my madness, and my insanity. And you're a great crew, and you helped so much, and I hope you can help some more, because I can really need it. I can really use it, need it, use it, same difference. And to my cast, thank you for breathing lives into these characters that only you guys could have done it. You're all extremely talented, and I see nothing but great things in your future, as long as you never give up, never stop fighting, always believe in your heart, and always believe in your soul. It's the only way to achieve greatness, and I hope someday we all get to work together again. And to everybody who's watching this just for the hell of it, what the hell are you thinking? Thank you everybody once again, and I hope in life you always make the right choices.